Hello, Jim Jam Gang. Nice to see you all. Good morning. Look, or good afternoon now. We started a bit later because I had some meetings, but I've got my Peter Alexander new Terry robe on. But let's see. For pajamas, nice to eat you, says Lucius. Oh my gosh, that's brutal. That's brutal. Lovely pajamas. Oh, hi, Gran. There's my mum. Anyway, welcome everyone. But underneath my Peter Alexander new terry robe, I've got my Easter Jim Jams. Check them out. Huh? Look at that. They've got chicks, they've got bunnies, they've got flowers. They're my new Easter Jim Jams. Welcome. Thanks, everyone. All right. Now, I've got a couple of announcements before we do our actual spelling lesson. But while I'm doing those announcements, can I make sure, or can I try to get you to make sure that you've got a 4-step process sheet to write on and something to write with, if you're going to follow along, which I hope you follow along. I hope you do follow along. Yes, because we are taking some lessons from this new book that I've got called Why is a Tiger a Tiger? And it's all about an etymology of animals. Etymology is the study of where words come from, where they first started, and the journey that they take to get into the various languages that they're in. And this is an etymology of animals. It's a really, really good book. I love it. It's beautifully illustrated. It's got lots of great information about all of these different animals. And we're doing today tiger, rabbit, bear. We're not just doing the etymology. We're not just doing the stories of tiger, rabbit, and bear, but we're doing the spelling patterns that they contain, because they're really, really interesting words. Here's the other thing. Because I miss having students, because I miss working with students, because all I do now is I work with teachers, and teachers are nice enough, you know, they're fine, but I kind of miss the children as well. And because I miss them, I've started doing, I don't know what's going on with my collar, just ignore it. I thought, oh, I need to do some lessons. So next term, I'm actually going to do some face-to-face lessons at our new center. So Lifelong Literacy has a new center, and it's got lots of rooms, and it's really big and beautiful, and it's where all the tutoring will take place. And I didn't want to miss out on that because it's really, really pretty. So I'm going to do some lessons on Wednesdays, face-to-face lessons. Who's coming? I know there are some people here who are coming along to those because you live near me, right? So they're all face-to-face. And there's 3 groups. So there's your beginners, and they're called the rabbits, right? So it's like your prep to 2s. And then the 3s and 4s, they're called the tigers. And then the big ones, the 5s, 6s, and a couple of 7s are the bears, right? So I think it's a really good idea that we start with rabbit, tiger, bear. Are you ready? You were born ready. That's what you need to say. I was born ready, Lynn. Here we go. I'm going to start with tiger. I'll share my screen with you. Celeste says, do you go to bed in that beautiful necklace? No, I was literally in a meeting, right? Like 2 minutes before this, and I had my suit on, right? So I was being all like, you know, business-like. 2 minutes before that, and I had to bring my pajamas down to my studio. So no, this is my meeting necklace, but thank you anyway. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to start with tiger. Get your pencils ready. And here we go. 4-step process on tiger. First of all, copy that word down in your very, very neatest writing. Tiger, tiger. I'll give you a minute to do that and copy it. Make it sit on the line. Make the tall letters go above the line and the short letters below the midpoint here. And that is tiger. All right, now we're going to do a sentence for tiger. And I'm actually really happy to take tiger suggestion sentences, because this is a word that I don't think anybody struggles with the meaning of. So if you have a sentence that you want me to place there, you can say it, or you can write it in the chat. I'll give you a minute. You want to come up with a sentence. I mean, I've got one in my head, but I'd like to hear your one. So go ahead. Anyone got a sentence they want to share? Better look at the chat, hadn't I? I'm a bit rusty on this. Are you all being quiet? That's not like you. I know you. You're not quiet. Fine. I'll come up with my own sentence then. You missed out. Oh, wait. Are you typing one there? Are you typing one there, Evelyn? Oh, maybe you're not allowed. Do you know what? I think my settings are actually, they don't let you unmute. They don't let you unmute because the last live thing I did, there were 750 people, right? And that's a lot. That's a lot of clicking in the background. So I just switched off everybody's microphones. But what I'll do is I'll unmute anyone who, you can put yourself back on mute, but I will unmute. Does anyone want to suggest a tiger sentence? Gee whiz, you're all shy. It's because we don't do this often enough, isn't it? I remember not being able to actually get people to stop, to stop talking. Here's my tiger sentence. You ready? Oh, I knew you guys were coming up with something. Evelyn and Archer, if you look in the chat, there's a beautiful, oh, I love that. Okay, so tigers are animals that live in a jungle. That's the best sentence in the world. So I'm going to write that in. You can write your own sentence, or you can have this brilliant sentence. Tigers are, and I love using the word animals too. My type's a bit big. That live in a jungle. I'll just make that all pretty for you. Oh, crikey. Do you know what I forgot? Full stop. And don't forget that capital T at the beginning. Tigers are animals that live in. When you finish writing that down, we will look at the structure of that word. Make it a bit smaller. Yeah, that's better. All right, everybody done? Tigers are animals that live in a jungle. Beautiful. All right, let's look at the structure of that word. What we have is two syllables. Yeah, if you zip your lips and say tiger, tiger, what you've got is two syllables there. So we're going to split that word into its two syllables. Make sure it's not a capital T when you do structure, because it's not the beginning of a sentence and it's not someone's name. So it's tie, bit of a space, girl. Yeah. Now, the reason I've split it there is because there's this interesting thing happening.
Can they see us?
What? Say it again. All right. You were asking your mum something, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on mute, okay? Good stuff. I could hear us. Yes, I could hear you, but I can't now because I put you on mute. As long as you can hear me, it's all good. All right. Anyway, tiger. Now, the I says I for a specific reason. Okay. The I says I because what we have here is what's known as a closed syllable. It's like the I on the edge of that syllable falls off this cliff and says its name, I, as it falls, right? So draw an arrow underneath the I to show that we have an open syllable. If I closed off that syllable by adding another letter, yeah, like a double, like another G, because you get words with double letters in the middle, right? If I put a G there, okay, and I'm going to move that G down, that syllable would now be closed and you wouldn't have this falling off the cliff open syllable thing. What would that word actually say now? I got to unmute people. I'm just unmuting everybody, but you have to give permission. You have to actually say yes.
No.
If you will. Wait, I heard someone say it. What was it?
Tigger.
It's Tigger, Archer. Well done. Exactly. That's
Tigger,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah.
We need to poo. Need to poo.
Right. Because if you double that G, you don't have an open syllable anymore. So tiger to Tigger, it goes like that. And in Winnie the Pooh, there's a character called Tigger because Christopher Robin couldn't spell tiger. He didn't know whether he should have a double G or not, right? Because he hadn't been taught that. He hadn't been taught that. Do you see how that works?
Yeah,
So don't write Tigger, whatever you do. Don't write Tigger. I'm just going to mute you guys again. just because it the camera will go onto you and then you'll be famous forever. All right, now, so don't write Tigger, take that G away, put it somewhere else. Ignore that, right? It's tiger. Then we've got 2 letters and 1 sound if you are Australian. In Australian, the E and the R go together to make an sound, tiger. Yep. I don't do that. I actually say tiger, and you can hear the at the end because I sound like an American because I'm Scottish, right? We have that thing in common with our accents. But put a line underneath tiger. Underneath the ER in tiger if you say it as 1 sound. And now we've got tiger. Very good. All right. Now, in its family, I love the tiger family. I'm going to do another word that's related to tiger in terms of its meaning, but also has that syllable, that open syllable where the I is falling off the cliff. The word that I'm thinking of is another big cat. Another big cat. Do you know the word I'm thinking of? So tigers are big cats. This one's a big cat too, and it's got an eye falling off a cliff. You ready? I bet you got it right. It's lion. Yep, lion. That does the same thing, so we can mark it the same way. The I is saying its name because we have, ooh, crikey, gone blue, because we have a syllable, an open syllable there. So draw an arrow to show the I falling off the cliff. Lion. Going to do one more animal, but it's not a big cat that has eye falling off the cliff. Okay, you ready? See if you can figure it out before I tell you what the animal is. Okay, it is a member of the arachnid family. What am I talking about? The arachnid family. What kind of animal is an arachnid? Have you figured it out? It's got an eye falling off the cliff again. Yeah, you there? It is.
Spider.
Yay, you did it. It is spider, and it ends the same way as tiger as well. They really follow those rules, don't they? They're very, very regular. So the I, draw an I, whoops, draw the I falling off the cliff, and then underline 2-letter spider. If you're not Scottish or American, if you're Scottish or American, you wouldn't do that. But there you go. And that is your first word. Now, we're going to practice so that we can tick one of those boxes. And then to put these words into your long-term memory, you need to practice this many times and tick the boxes as you go. So here we go. My turn. Listen. Tiger. Tiger. Your turn. I hope you're saying it. My turn. Lie on. And I'm going to say on, even though when we speak, when we actually say that word, we go right? We make that second syllable weak, okay? Because the strong syllable is the I, the lie, yep? So we go lie on to remember it's an O, otherwise you might put a different vowel there. So that's how you do it for spelling. Lie on, lion. Your turn. Did you do it? I hope so. All right, next one, spider, spider. Your turn. Yep, I'm watching you. Good stuff. All right. Let's tick that box. Cool. And that's how you practice. All right. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Then we can put that up in the gallery. Cool. All right. Next word. We've got another animal. And our animal is rabbit. Go ahead and write rabbit in this area here, in your lovely handwriting area. And the rabbits in my group are the prepped tattoos. Who's got a rabbit sentence for me? I think it's probably easiest to put it in the chat if you can. Yeah, nice one, Lucius. I saw that you wrote spider there. Brilliant stuff. Anyone want to give me a rabbit sentence? The word rabbit's really interesting as well. It actually comes from, Old French. Old French. And the weird thing is, right, that the word rabbit used to mean the baby of the adults. The adults were called conies, right? and the baby was called the rabbit. And we see sort of it and et on the end of words that are to do with babies and small things. Yep. And that happened with rabbit as well. So big rabbits, adult rabbits, used to be called conies. Now they're all called rabbits. Rabbits are cute. That is a nice one. I like that. Shall we have that one? Rabbits are cute. And that, rabbits are cute, gives us a really good, another spelling that's really interesting. Rabbits are cute. And what we've got is the E making the U say its name. I don't usually mark words in the sentence, but I think it's a really good one to mark. Rabbits are cute. The E makes the U say its name. If there were no E there, I'm going to cover up that E, right? If there were no E there, it would say rabbits are cut, which is terrible, right? Final silent E makes all the difference, right? It makes that vowel say its name. It's a signal to say the name of that vowel. So there we go. It's not rabbits are cut, it's rabbits are cute. We don't want rabbits being cut, right? Absolutely. All right, very good. Ooh, the Easter rabbit is coming. That's a fabulous one. You can use whatever sentence you wish. Those are really, really good sentences, but let's look at the structure. We've got 2 syllables again, haven't we? Rabbit, zip, right? 2 syllables. The first syllable, when we're breaking it for sounding, okay, is rab. And then we can put the BIT on the end. Some phonics programs will have double BIT. It doesn't matter. The thing that won't work, right, is double BIT in the second syllable because that would give us an open syllable. Do we want an open syllable there? We do not, right? We don't want an open syllable there. Otherwise it would be rabbit. Okay, so we've got that closed syllable rule. So therefore there is no arrow there. Let me see if I can take away. Yes, I could delete it. Absolutely. So we need 2 B's in the middle of words like rabbit, yep, that come from Old French. I think it's possibly even goes back to a Germanic word. I know that there are some questions that go, yeah, but there's a word that rhymes with rabbit and it's only got 1 B. And it's habit. How come there's no double B in habit? Well, I'll tell you why. Because habit has a different journey. It's got a different etymology. It comes from a Latin word, habio, habire, meaning to have. And actually, when we say have, we say the a. Yep. So with habit, it's the same. We've preserved and we've kept that a sound. That's how words work sometimes. That's okay. But we've got a double B here. Rather than a double G in tiger, now we've got a double B because we don't want that A to say its name. And that's rabbit. All right. Now, I think a really good idea would be to have some other words with double B to show that we're closing off that syllable. The first one is something that you put on your Easter hat, and that is ribbon, rib-on. Write it down in the family. Trying to get rid of that arrow. We do not need that arrow anymore. Off goes the arrow. You got it? You've written ribbon? All right. And I think we'll have, what's another word that we can put here with a double consonant? I don't want something with an I this time, or even a double B, just to move slightly into other words. This is why you have double letters, to stop vowels from saying their names. So how about, I've got a good one. Actually, it's still got an I, right? It's called the horse of the river. Okay, that's what its name means. That's what its name means, the horse of the river. Do you know what animal I'm talking about? I'm talking about a hippo. Again, double P, hippopotamus, hippo, because we don't want that vowel to say its name. So there's no marking. Yep, there's no marking. We're splitting here. We're never leaving that vowel on its own. It's got to have a double. All right, let's practice. Ready? Really peasy. Rab, bit, rabbit. Your turn. Rib, bon. It's that O that's hard to spell. So make sure you say it really clearly when you're practicing it. Rib, bon, ribbon. Hip, po, hippo. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. The O in hippo is actually doing the open syllable trick, right? So you've got a closed syllable and an open syllable in that word. What a good spelling word that is. Bum, bum, bum. We'll show the O saying its name as it falls off that cliff. Good work, everyone. Last word. And this is the hardest one. Oh my gosh, it's nearly time to go already. I can't believe it. All right. Here's the hardest one. Oh, I better take a screenshot. Hang on, folks. There we go. All right, last one. Bear. Bear is hard. I'm talking about the animal bear, and it's a tough one to remember. It's a really tough one to remember because you've got these three letters that go E, A, R, right? And in the Australian accent, you'll say air for that. And there are lots of different ways to spell that sound. And sometimes at school, they give you all the ways all at once. And you've got to somehow remember that, right? Which I think is crazy. You got to do one spelling at a time. So we're going to do all the words, all the one syllable words that we can think of that have this E-A-R that rhyme with bear. And I'll show you a system to do that. But let's get your sentence. Somebody give me a bear sentence. I can hear someone. What is your bear sentence? It's got to be the animal bear, not. Yep, sorry, say it again.
Shed.
One more time.
The bear. The bear shed.
The bear's share?
The bed shed.
The bear
The
shed?
shed. The bear shed.
The bear shared. What did the bear share? I'm really interested in your story now.
It's food.
The
It's
bear.
meat.
Wow, that's a one
big.
generous bear. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, the only reason I absolutely love your rhyme there. That's a really good rhyme. Okay. However, because the spelling of share is different from the spelling of bear, I don't think we should use the two rhyming words in our sentence for bear, because I know you probably find it easy, but there might be people with us who won't be able to remember which spelling is which if we put them close together. So love your sentence, and you can write that if you like, but I think we need to do one that doesn't have a rhyming word in it. How about bears are dangerous? Because dangerous, that's a heck of a word, but you can copy it from me, right? So here it goes. Bears, whoops, capital B, do not forget your capitals. Bears are dangerous. Full stop. Look at dangerous. Dangerous. Wow, that's a heck of a word. Copy it down. They are dangerous, you know. Bears are dangerous. You can't really have a pet bear. It will eat you at some point. And did you know that polar bears, right, these big white bears that live at the North Pole, they are the only one of two species of animals that actually hunt humans. Like no other animals will hunt a human, will actually deliberately stalk and eat a human. Polar bears are one, right? And sharks don't do it. Sharks kill humans sometimes, but it's kind of defense, kind of accident. They don't go after humans as prey. So only polar bears, and there's another species of animal. Do you know what the other species of animal is that actively hunts humans? Crocodiles, right? Crocodiles do that as well. Polar bears and crocodiles are the two. They're the two. But yes, absolutely. Bears are dangerous. They sure are. All right, let's go to the structure of this word. We'll write bear again. And I'm going to do it in an Australian accent. E-A-R going together to make one sound, and that sound is air. Yep. Underline the E-A-R to make air. Then I'm going to show you something different. We'll do some family words in a minute. In fact, we're doing the whole family, but I'll show you on something different. You ready? Bum, bum, bum. Here it comes on the whiteboard. What we're going to do is we are going to take all of the consonants in the alphabet and we are going to see how many words that rhyme with bear when you do this consonant work. You should always write Q-U, not just Q. R, and then I'll put a new text box over here. Ooh. S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. All right, that's all the consonants in the alphabet. Now, if we take the three letters E-A-R, saying air, how many of those can we fit in to words that rhyme with bear? Let's have a look. E-A-R plus B, of course, because that's our target word, right? Bear. Very good. So that one works, but you don't need to write that down because you've already written that one down. So these are words for your family now. Okay. If we put C next to E-A-R, do we get a word, and do we get a word that rhymes with bear? So that's what we're looking for. C-E-A-R. Is that a word? No. So don't write that one. Then we've got this one. Now, D-E-A-R is a word, but there's another part to this. D-E-A-R spells dear, as in, dear Lucius, I've written you a letter, right? Spells dear. Does that rhyme with bear? Bear, dear. It doesn't, so it's not going to go in that family. All right, how about this one? F-E-A-R. That spells a word, right? That word is fear. Does that rhyme with bear? Bear, fear. Nope, so don't put it in the family. Guess what? We're on a bit of a roll here, right? G-E-A-R. Gear. That's an right? It's a word, but it's not one for our family, for our bear family. H-E-A-R. Hear. I hear things with my ear. Ear is a clue to that, right? Does it rhyme with bear? Hear. Bear. No. Take it out. Don't write it down. J-E-A-R. Not a word. K-E-A-R. Not a word. L-E-A-R. Not a word. Are we going to get any, do you think? M-E-A-R. Not a word. P-E-A-R. Do you know what that spells? Pear, right? As in, I'm going to eat an apple and then I'm going to eat a pear and I'm going to give it to the bear. Bear and pear share the same vowel spelling and they share the same sound, the same rhyme. So write pear, P-E-A-R, in your family box. We found one. Whew. Write it down. Have you got it there? Let's try this one. Q-U-E-A-R. Not a word. R-E-A-R. Yes, it's a word. It's the word rear, as in, I have a rear view mirror in my car. Does that rhyme with bear? Rear, bear. Nope. Get rid of it. S-E-A-R. That's a word. It means to take a piece of meat and apply very, very, very high heat to it, just enough to cook the outside. That's to sear. Sear. Yep. So apply high heat to something. Does it rhyme with bear? Sear. Bear. Nope. Not our word. Oh, get back here. Now, hang on. I want to grab this. being mischievous. Finnegan, stop it. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's making noises. I think he wants to go out. You will in a second, Finny, but we're doing this, okay? We're spelling. All right. T-E-A-R. This is a really interesting one because it spells tear, as in, I am going to tear this tissue, right? But it also spells tear, as in, I cried a tear, right? Wow. Spelled exactly the same way, two different pronunciations, two different meanings. But the one we want is tear. Write it in your family box. Tear, bear, pair. They all end this way. Very good. It's a good family. It's a hard one to remember, E-A-R for bear. V-E-A-R. Is that a word? E-T's not. Very good. All right. W-E-A-R. Is that a word? I can see some nodding. Absolutely. That's the word wear. I wear Easter pajamas at Easter and sometimes some other times too, right? Because they're cute. Wear. Yeah, to wear, to put clothes on. I wear something, right? Wear in your family, but it rhymes with bear. Wear, bear. The bear is going to wear some clothes with a tear that's got a picture of a pear on it. Those are the ones that go together. Are there any more though? We've only got 3 letters left. Oh, crikey, we're over time too. X-E-A-R, is that a word? No. Uh-oh. Y-E-A-R, is that a word? Yeah, Happy New Year, right? Does it rhyme with bear? Year, bear, nope. Last one, Z-E-A-R, is that a word? Nope. So all we've got in our bear family is pear, tear, wear. Was there another one? I've forgotten already. Pear, tear, wear. That's it, isn't it? The pear that you eat, the tear that you have in your clothes, and wear that you do with your clothes. Good, huh? So that's bear, tiger, and rabbit. If you want to take a picture of your 4-step processes and send them to me, I'll put them in the gorgeous gallery. Any questions? Anybody want to say or ask anything? Because it's nearly time to go. Yeah, what was the name of the picture book? Dun, 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 bum. Why is a tiger a tiger? It's really good. It's beautiful to do with students. Anything else before we head off? I'd like to say, have a very, very happy Easter. I hope the Easter Bunny, 2 ends in bunny as well. Oh, I should have done bunny with rabbit. What was I thinking? Anyway, so the Easter Bunny, the Easter Rabbit, the double B in the middle because you've got a close syllable. I hope that that character is really good to you this season. And might do one next week. We'll see how we go, eh? You know, I don't want to make promises I can't keep, but we might do one. Take care, everyone. I'm going to get you all to say goodbye. I'll see you next time. Happy Easter and thank you. Cheerio.